Steam boys are obviously up and at it already this morning.
Good morning.
That kid looks pretty young.
That sounds right.
Woo! Smoky.
Is another Minneapolis molding. And it is owned by Merle Smith from Birch Run, Michigan, 1954.
Daily
Minneapolis
dairy
molding
deliveries.
BD, and those are a very nice and comfortable tractor to operate. Less popular in the numbers than the big two, the red and green.
Definitely don't see one of those every day.
Lonnie Bowers from
It was a
Leslie,
big Massey,
the
1130.
proud owner that beautifully shined up.
By the way, we're watching the
Oliver
tractor
model.
parade.
77
Fairly
road
obvious.
crop.
This is Saturday, the
Good
third
morning,
day of the show.
Did we
So
ever
this is,
figure out how to get
Brady
the milk
boy
truck into neutral
at
out
you
there?
again.
We got it working, I think.
Beautiful D19. That is really nice. Got kind of the clamp on duals on it. Not attached to the axle, just attached to the other tire, the inside tire.
This is a 1911 vintage and probably one of the neatest displays out here. It's been coming for a few years now. Lonnie. From Grant, Michigan, up to the north, my neighborhood, 1964. Beautifully restored Alice Chalmers model D19.
A 1929 Doodlebug, I guess, is just
Hey,
a creation.
as this next unit comes through, I'm going to start reading the...
Well, here's some of today's parade. I didn't see the early part of it. It looked like kind of a bit of a rerun from yesterday, but it looks like we have some different tractors today. I don't know, maybe I'm just dreaming. But this is I don't know, probably about the middle of the parade. And the Oliver's the featured tractor this year. Got his start back in the 1800s. James Oliver. Kind of interesting history on some of these old tractor companies that are extinct. They're not around anymore. Here's the Australian contingent here. An Oliver Orchard model. And here's another made in Australia, a Chamberlain. That looks like quite the beast. Here's the WD-45. That's a mid-50s tractor. And I guess maybe we'll just kind of walk a little bit here and see how bad the picture comes out. See one of my favorite concession stands over here to my left. So I may have to go get some junk food and a bottle of water. Farmall BN 1944 model, which is just the N stands for narrow. Rear end's narrowed, I don't know, not very many inches. 6-8 inches, something like that. Another Alice Chalmers coming up here, a couple more Alices. And it's time for the BN to move along. And we got an Alice WD, I don't think it's a WD-45. Pretty young lady on there, that certainly doesn't help for a parade. Doesn't hurt for a parade, rather. Here's the WD-45. And a W450. Yeah, looks like original. Definitely original. Okay, here we got a string of farmals. A really a nice Super M with the young lady up there profiling. Yeah, isn't she a cutie? Isn't she a cutie? Ma hanging on to the back there. Okay, here's a young lad in a beautiful M. Boy, he's got a paint job on that. That is just bright and shiny. Boy, that is gorgeous. That is really nice. And a McCormick Deering W30. And that looks to be in beautiful condition as well. 1935 W30. Leon Snyder, Ovid, Michigan. That's not too far away. And a young lady on an F20. 1937 F20. Got the fenders on it. You don't see that very often. Usually they don't have fenders. That was an option that most guys didn't pay for. And we got some John Deeres here. 51 John Deere BW. Not sure what the W stands for. Don't speak a whole lot of John Deere. And all these John Deeres here belong to the Klein factory out of Prudenville, Michigan. Here's a 1956 John Deere 720. And to Ferguson. Boy, you don't see many of these around at all. In fact, this might be like the first time I've ever seen one of these. Beautiful 730. Power steering. Oh, here comes one of the new generation. Side panel is missing, but I'm guessing that's probably a 3010. And here comes a little John Deere H. And a John Deere A. That looks pretty original. Bent up grill and all. Pretty clean, but original, not restored. And I think we saw this one yesterday. A couple very young ladies on that thing. And here's the big Case DC with duals on it. Well, that girl looks like she's only about 7 or 8. Hi, sweetie. But the girl at the wheel is definitely focusing. She's focusing. There's another young lady on a John Deere, probably a 50. The markings are too faded. Oh, and here comes a real brute. The John Deere R. That is something. I'm not much of a John Deere guy, but I wouldn't mind having one of these. John Deere diesel. And here we've seen this one before. The U.S. Navy's International Industrial 9. Beautiful tractor, beautiful. Obviously put a lot of time, effort, and dollars into that. Get her into gear. That's a a beauty, that's for sure. And here's the H with the cab on it. Beautiful 300. Really nice 300. And a gorgeous Super C. Pulling a C. So this Farmall white demonstrator, they only made them for a few months in 1950. It was a 1950 demonstrator, white demonstrator. And they were not a Super C, they were a C. No badges on this side, but I saw her driving the other way a little while ago, and it's a 504. Well, it says McCormick Deering on it. Okay, it says a 1020 all-wheel drive. That's got to be a creation. Got to be a homemade creation. Nice 3-bottom plow on it. A little Oliver beast.
Well, we're still at the Mid-Michigan Old Gas Tractor Association show, and it's August hot, and we're watching the cement pulls because they're pulling dead weight on a cement concrete pad. Well, the Alice, I guess, did a full pull, so they're going to add some weight. And things will thin out then, but there's I understand this goes on for like 3 or 4 hours, because any one tractor can pull in a variety of weight classes. You just add some weight or take off some weight, so you get plenty of chances to tug on that stone bolt.
Well, we'll see how this old Farmall H does. These tractors appear to be fairly stock, except for they have put bigger wheels and tires on the back. You'll see this one going behind us here. They have huge tires in some of these weight classes. So, but other than that, I don't know. There may be modification restrictions or what. They each weigh in. Well, must be wonderful for the axles. Oh, God. Okay, well, this gentleman here is running the winch, sitting in the shade or partial shade, and you see the cable hooked to the back of the boat, and we'll see how the old Alice does. He's putting a lot of English on it, that's for sure. Leaving some rubber down on that concrete pad. pulled the lever on the clutch,
Brandon pulled a distance of 33
and he
on his first
pulls
attempt.
the boat back a little bit,
Go for his second attempt.
and wait for the next guy to pull. Here's an example of a little closer look at what some of these tractors are like. These happen to be John Deere's, of course. A couple of A's and a John Deere 50. So beastly looking son of a gun, so that's for sure. John Deere 50. Oh man, we're getting dusted here. Where's the water truck? Well, here comes a nice Farmall M.
So that's 48? Okay, 40 and a half.
Smooth, quiet
So
Oliver. It's
Brandon
amazing.
put distance on his second.
And here comes an M with some huge tires on it. I don't know if the cooler's for just weight or if that's for beer. Well, he's doing everything but get off and push with that thing. Well, they finally blew the whistle on him. He was getting no place fast. Well, he's got the old case dancing. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot of good, though. He puts on a good show. Oh, good grief. Okay, we're over at the dirt track now, and still dead weight, but they're pulling on dirt instead of concrete. And they have a rope attached to the back of the sled with a little rod that they set up, and as soon as the rod tips over, well, he didn't make it. So he's going to have another go at it. We'll come back another day to fight the war.